Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we will be solving merge intervals question. It's a really good question and its category is medium, which is accurate I would say because we'll be following multiple approach. First we'll be sorting the algorithm, the intervals, and then we'll compare and assign it to our output array. So in question number 1, we are given these following intervals and we have to merge them by comparing if they are overlapping each other. For example, 1 and 3, 2 and 6. If you will actually draw it on a graph, you'll notice that they both are overlapping. So the resultant interval will be 1 and 6. So let's see how to solve this question. First, for the edge case, we'll compare if my intervals dot length is equal to 0 or intervals dot length equals to 1, then we'll say return intervals. Why? Because if there's only one array in an intervals, then we can say there's no chance of overlapping and we can return the intervals as is. Now after writing the edge case, we'll sort this matrix using arrays.sort and we'll say int x, actually not int but x comma y, because in lambda functions even if you don't provide the data type, that's okay. The compiler actually understands it by itself, and we'll return x of 0 minus y of 0. So this particular line number 6, will actually sort these intervals according to their first element. So in this question, the elements or the arrays are already sorted. So if you'll notice 1, 2, 8 and 15 are sorted, 1 and 4 are sorted, but they have not mentioned anywhere in the question that the input will always be sorted. So we have to make sure to proceed, before proceeding further, the intervals are sorted. So that's okay. Now we know that we have to return int of 2D array, but just for storing it, we'll actually initialize our list because initially we don't know the length, right, the size of the array. So we'll say new linked list, and now we'll traverse through the matrix. Also, before traversing, let's actually initialize our current interval as list.get0, but we haven't actually added any array to our list, so let's add it, and let's add the first array. Okay, so our current interval will point to the first array in our list. So by using this, with the reference, we can actually modify our array in our list. Now just to have the clean code, let's say, and not 0, but we have to initialize it by 1 because we have already stored our 0th element in the list. So we'll say intervals of I. Okay. Now if my cur interval of 1 is greater than equal to interval of 0, then we'll say my cur interval of 1 is equals to math.max cur interval of 1 comma interval of 1. So whichever value is maximum, we'll actually assign it to our cur interval, and if not, then we'll say list.add interval, and our cur interval will be equal to list.get list.size minus 1. So the last element in the list, our core interval will point to that particular element. So when this is done, now we are sure that our list here contains the correct intervals, but we have to return it in the form of matrix. So we have to actually initialize another result here. New int. Now we have the size, so we'll just say list.size, comma 2, and for int I equals to 0, I is less than list.size I plus plus, and our result of I will be equal to list.get I. So in this for loop, we are just assigning all our arrays from list to our result so that we can return result here. Let's see if this works. Okay, this is good. Perfect. It did work, right? So the solution is pretty simple. You are just sorting the intervals, and then you are traversing and comparing the first array to the second array and just assigning those. If I have to speak of the time complexity, I would say in this for loop, we are just traversing through all the arrays in our matrix. But in arrays.sort, we are actually sorting using this particular function, predefined function, and the time complexity of this function is n log n. So the overall complexity of our entire solution will be n log n. That's it. Hope you like the video, and if you do, please do not forget to like and subscribe, and see you soon. Bye bye.